We're talking about our favorite TV sports moment or moments. Whatever. All right, so I'm going to go first because we're going to see if
Ever?
we line up. Ever. I mean, this one was really special for me because back in 1992, the Dream Team happened.
Ooh.
And I remember that
I
was
would
like
not have picked this one for you.
I did because I remember watching. I had a huge sense of patriotism after this because we had the best of our best out there.
Oh, they were really good.
It was like Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, no Isaiah Thomas because Jordan.
Michael didn't. No one liked him.
Yeah.
Larry Bird.
He was on the team. Magic Johnson was on the team. Karl Malone. Who was the other guy from the Utah Jazz?
John.
I had the list pulled up too, but watching that
Stockton.
John Stockton. Yep. Watching that moment, I was sitting there and just watching them play the game, as they are just absolutely decimating. I mean, they put the world on
What about
notice.
Christian Leitner?
I have the team pulled up.
He was on the team. They needed somebody from college, and he was legit.
He was the one, man, and they were just unbelievable to watch. They were smoking everybody. Do you know statistically who the best player was on the that whole run? Charles Barkley.
Okay, fine.
Barkley. The
Barkley was a
3-point percentage.
He was a great
unreal.
player. He's hilarious.
His field goals made in that game were just. He was rocking like 70% or something ridiculous.
Okay.
Charles Barkley was the reason that I know it sounds crazy. You're thinking Jordan or Bird or the rest of that, but no.
Come on.
It was Barkley.
Come on. If you were in that gym,
yeah,
and you were assigned as the captain of Team A, and I was assigned captain of Team B, and thereby I got to pick second, and you got to pick first. You're gonna tell me you picked Charles Barkley before you put Michael on your team?
No, I would have picked Michael Jordan hands down. But,
okay, factually, what you said is true, but still, come on.
Right, which just blows me away because Barkley was the one that made the team.
He was phenomenal.
Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen was good.
Clyde Drexler, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Chris Mullin.
And Golden State.
We got all the other ones. Christian Leitner was on the team.
Leitner from Duke. I hate Duke. I don't hate Duke. Right, I remember his little turnaround jumper. That was amazing, by the way. But come on. They had to have somebody from college, and he was the guy.
It just made me feel so proud of America. And that's when they really started allowing professional athletes into the Olympics. Because everything had to be amateur before that. And we were good, but we weren't what we were when the Dream Team showed up. And seeing all those commercials, all those T-shirts, all the commemorative stuff, watching them absolutely smoke teams. I mean, they were beating them by 20, 30, 40, and 50 points sometimes.
Well, they won the final by what, 35 points?
Yeah, it wasn't even a game. By halftime, the other team was standing there just kind of watching Jordan run past them, or Barkley just dropping another three from stuff. Dude, they were amazing, and it made me feel good that I was like, I'm really proud to be in America. Of all the things that we have going on, watching the Dream Team absolutely decimate the world, and that's really what got the world started on creating their own basketball teams, because they have caught up.
Absolutely, I agree.
They have caught up because of that.
Well, they're good.
You can thank the Dream Team.
And there were some good players. I mean, Tony Kukoc was on that Croatian team, right?
Yes, there were good players. Right? There were good international players. They just didn't have good international teams.
Yeah, they didn't have Michael.
They didn't have
Michael Jordan is
right. They didn't have Pippen.
Don't even. I understand.
It was.
I'm not going to have this debate because in my mind it's not a debate. It's not even a debate.
What, the top sports moment?
No.
Oh.
Just Michael Jordan versus everybody else.
Yeah, he's probably
we're not going to have the debate.
Michael Jordan was my favorite player.
He's the best, hands down. Right. Watch him.
I mean, how many rings can he put on his hands?
I don't even care about that. I mean, I care about that, but just watch him.
Right.
And you watch him in his prime, and the things that he does are just out of this world. They're amazing.
When Kobe enters the league and have you been watching
The Last Dance?
No, I have not.
Oh my goodness, you've got to watch it. It's amazing.
The story.
I'm almost through it all. I mean, there's a couple more.
You like the series?
It's phenomenal, and you need to watch the one with mature language.
Okay.
Don't watch the kiddie version.
No, get the full adult version.
Do the adult, because when he starts talking, you can see him, and this is years, right? This is 30 years after a game.
Yeah.
And they're talking about a game, and you can just see him, and he's so angry. And he just starts dropping F-bombs.
Because I know he hated the Pistons and Isaiah Thomas. He hated them.
Yeah, so you got to watch it. It's really good.
I used to work with the guy who was on that Pistons team.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm not going to say his name. He knows who he is because he's a nice guy.
Sweet.
Really cool. And, yeah, he would talk about seeing that fire in Jordan's eyes.
Oh my God.
I mean, Jordan and Isaiah Thomas hated each other's guts. Hated. Because they were so rough to him in that division or divisional round series
finals,
that they had.
Yeah, both times.
Eastern Conference. And their whole plan was, let's just rough up Jordan.
You have to watch it.
And they got destroyed for it. They didn't even shake hands after the final game where
they switched and they lost. Yes. Yep. Correct.
So,
watch it.
Bad blood.
You have to watch it.
Blood.
You have to watch it. It's really good.
Okay, I'll check it out.
All right, so
your favorite
my
sports moment.
favorite. All right, so I remember. Okay, so I'm gonna go with something similar in that it's actually a U.S. It's a U.S. team, right?
Okay.
So I remember. Okay, so I remember watching the United States in 1990 men's soccer team tie Italy.
Oh,
in Italy.
Okay, yeah.
Right, and that was really cool because the American team wasn't really that great, and that Italian team was really good, right?
Phenomenal.
They actually, I think they ended up losing in the semifinals to Argentina or Germany, one of the two, and then Germany ended up at that time it was West Germany ended up winning. Okay, so then fast forward, right, to the stupid denim shirts, right? Then fast forward to 2002. And they make the quarterfinals, right? Because they beat Mexico in the round of 16, which is amazing, right? Because I have nothing against Mexico. I have a lot against Mexico's men's national team. It's kind of like the Patriots.
Yeah,
don't like them either, right? Okay, so, but I think my favorite moment of all time was 2010.
Okay.
In the last game of the group stage, and they had to win. They had to beat Algeria or they were going to finish third in the group, and then they were done.
Yep.
And you're in the 90th minute. You're in extra time. And I remember Algeria had like a legit chance to score a goal, and they probably should have.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim Howard makes a save, right?
Was that his save game where he made all those crazy
No, that was a different. That was Belgium a couple years later, right? So so he throws the ball out, right? And then Donovan takes a couple touches, plays it out on the wing, and there's just like this counterattack out of nowhere. And we were in the bar. Mm-hmm. You can see I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. We're in the bar, and you could, when you've played, right, you know that this is a chance because you practice this stuff. You practice odd man breaks from midfield, and so because it's a natural thing when you're playing offense and it doesn't go your way, particularly when it's close, for you to like put your head down and take a breath. And if you're the defensive team and now you switch to offense, if you can go, right? So they just go. And then it goes in and Altidore shoots it and misses and it just bounces. And there's Landon Donovan all by himself from 3 yards away and just pass. The bar went nuts. I mean, we were throwing drinks in the air and hugging each other and clapping and cheering. Yeah. It was the most amazing because it wasn't like there wasn't anybody in the bar rooting for Algeria. So it's not like you're sitting in the bar cheering for your local team versus some other local team, right? And then there's like half the bar. Yeah. No, it was 100%.
That's awesome.
Everybody in red, white, and blue, and just going crazy. And so you can go on YouTube and you can watch. They did like a montage of all these different places where people were celebrating the same moment.
Go America.
Oh my God! I have goosebumps right now.
I can see it. It feels good. That's a great moment.
Amazing. It was so awesome. They ended up losing in the next game to Ghana. Yeah. I think they got scored on in extra time, or maybe in overtime they lost. And
never understood the extra time thing.
Another podcast, but I agree with you. I mean, I was alive, but I wasn't old enough to understand the 1980 hockey team.
Well, that was going to be my special mention because the only reason I didn't mention it as mine is I was just too young.
Yeah, I was too young.
It was like 1980. I was like 2.
Yeah. So I appreciate watching it.
Yes, I've watched it.
I appreciate the movie Miracle, right? I appreciate the circumstances because we were kids in the 80s, right? So that was different. Time was different, right? Soviet Union was a thing, right?
And Al Michaels was still relatively unknown. I mean, he was popular, but not like he was.
One of the most famous calls.
Do you believe in miracles in the final seconds of the game? And he's like, yes!
Probably the most famous call in American sports history.
Because that was another thing. The Cold War was in full swing still. The United States ends up beating what was considered the most unbeatable Soviet team of all time. I mean, they were destroying people. They were incredible.
Have you seen I think it was on Netflix. They did a documentary.
Yes, I've seen that
from the Russian side. It was
Those guys
amazing to
lost
watch.
their homes afterwards.
Oh, they were. Yeah, it was not.
Because you're talking about a communist country where you've let the whole.
It was not good for them.
Soviet Union down. Guys lost their homes, their wives, their money, their lives. In some instances, there was one. Was there a suicide?
I don't know.
I can't remember. I think there was one.
Maybe.
But that's the problem with communism is that
it
destroys people.
Oh, that's the problem. All right. Yeah. So back to the topic. I think that's my favorite. There's been other moments that have been very exciting, and watching.
And they're all individual.
I was in the stadium when the Rockies beat the Padres in the play-in game.
Yes.
When
I was working in radio in that game.
And so I was in the rock pile.
Were you? Nice.
Yeah, I was in the rock pile,
nice.
and when Matt Holliday slides into home face first.
Yeah.
You couldn't see from where we were. We just assumed he was safe.
Right. You guys lost.
And we went nuts. I'm surprised people didn't fall off out of the stands. I mean, it was so packed. And then I was there for when they clinched against the Phillies, and I was there when they clinched against the Diamondbacks, which was hilarious. And then I actually had tickets for the World Series, but I had a ticket for Game 5. And the Red Sox smoked them.
Yeah, they swept.
But that was fun, like from a live sporting event. That was awesome. Seeing the Avs win the Stanley Cup with Ray Bork.
Yep.
That was awesome.
When he held that cup above his head.
Yep, that was amazing.
There were people crying after that one. It was emotional.
Yep, watching because I do not like the Red Wings. I mean, we live here in Colorado.
Yeah, it's
Red Wings, SUCK, right? That's always fun to chant whenever they come because they're terrible right now, which is awesome.
And they've been historically a fairly good team.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're original 16.
Decline.
So then, so watching the Penguins, watching Crosby beat them.
When they drafted Crosby, that was something else.
Well,
Penguins.
I mean, they weren't good, and that was after the lockout.
Yep, I remember.
And they won the lottery. Just imagine, right? And so they had Fleury, then they got Crosby, then they got Malkin. Anyways, and then I watching them win when they beat San Jose, and then watching when they beat Nashville.
All right, good sports moment.
Good sports, but hands down, Landon Donovan's goal against Algeria in the 2010 World Cup.
Solid choice. It's a good choice. I didn't think you were going soccer.
Yeah,
my favorite sport's football, but mine was the basketball. Watching the Dream Team do that.
That's pretty cool.
It made me feel good. I remember buying that T-shirt, Dream Team.
They were good.
It was fun to watch.
They were really good.
For all of you that like this content, like what you see. Also, ring that bell and subscribe to this channel and all the other channels we have because we like having you getting notifications of when we create new stuff, and that's all the time because that's what we do here. We make good things for you to listen to and talk about with your friends. Share this content with those that like it. And we'd like to thank everyone for tuning into another episode of My Wife Hates This. I'm Josh, and he is...
Thank you, Paul Caligiuri.
For tuning in.
Look it up.
We're out. See ya.